Hi guys, I'm Prashant Mali and I'm teach here. Uh, the subject name is the machine design and the chapter name is design of shaft, keys and coupling, and this is the third part of this chapter. Now in previous part we will see the design of shaft. It will be based on the strength. Now in based on the strength there is 3 points. First one is the tensile stress, second one is the bending stress, and third one is the torsional stress. Now due to the bending and torsional stress, the due to the bending and torsional stress, the combined stress it will be act on shaft, and because of this both stresses the shaft it will get fail, and because of this combined stress it is needed to design the shaft. The theories of failure is most important. Now in this theories of failure we will discuss in previous part two theories of failure. First one is the maximum principal stress theory and second is the maximum shear stress theory. Now in this chapter we will see the point name is based on torsional rigidity. Now here design of shaft it will be based on the torsional rigidity. See here we know that the formula of torsional rigidity is tau by r is equals to mt by j is equals to g theta by l. Now see here what is mean by tau, what is mean by r, what is mean by mt, j, g, theta and l. Now see here tau it is nothing but the maximum shear stress theory, r it is nothing but the radius of shaft, mt it is nothing but twisting moment, and j it is nothing but polar moment of inertia, g it is nothing but modulus of rigidity, theta it is the twisting angle, and l it is nothing but the length of shaft. Now see here we will find out the formula for torsional rigidity or twisting angle. Now in that we will take one equation is here. From this equation now see here that is mt by j is equals to g theta by l. Now this theta it is in terms of radian, this theta is also it is in terms of radian. Now at the time of to find out the formula for theta, the theta it will be take into in terms of degree. Now see here we will taking these two equations, mt by j is equals to g theta it is in terms of radian divided by r. Now in this formula I know the value of j for circular cross section of polar moment of inertia, it is equals to pi by 32 into d raised to 4. Now see here theta it is in terms of radian. Now this theta it will get convert into degree. Now see here this theta it will be gives here it is in terms of radian, but in formula the theta is needed in terms of degree. Now to convert this theta from radian to degree, and at that time we have to multiply here 2 theta divide for this theta into pi by 180 degree. Now here this theta it is in terms of radian, it will be converted into the degree. Now at that time to convert the theta it is in terms of degree, to multiply to the theta with the help of pi by 180. Now this theta it is in terms of degree. Now these two values put in this equation and find out new equation. Now see here mt by j it is nothing but polar moment of inertia, and we know the formula of polar moment of inertia here pi by 32 into d raised to 4. Now this formula is put in this equation, j it is nothing but pi by 32 into d raised to 4 is equals to g it is nothing but a modulus of rigidity into value of theta, it is in terms of radian, it will be get converted into degree. Now see here, theta it is in terms of degree into pi by 180 divided by L, it is nothing but length of shaft. Now this equation it will get rearranged. See here, I will rearrange the equation. Now denominator is numerator, it is nothing but 32 into mt divided by pi into d raised to 4 is equals to g into theta, it is in terms of degree, into denominator is denominator pi by 180 into L. Then now see here, the all equation are equate with equals to theta, it is in terms of degree, and theta it is in terms of degree, it is nothing but angle of twisting in terms of degree. Now see here, I will equate the theta, it is in terms of degree. Theta in terms of degree is equals to, now denominator it will get from this side, it will here numerator. Now see here, this it will come in this side, 180 into L into 32 into mt divided by g into pi into d raised to 4. See here, theta it is in terms of degree into 180 L into 32 into mt divided by g into pi into d raised to 4. Now this equation will solve which equation? Theta it is in terms of degree is equals to 32 into 180 into mt into L divided by pi square into g into d raised to 4. Now see here, these values are put in calc and find out it's a, now 32 into 180 divided by pi square, this value was put in equation and the answer is here 584 into mt into L divided by g into d raised to 4, and this is the formula for angle of twisting, and this formula is most important in the machine design for design of the shaft. Now see here, this formula is for angle of twisting. Now see here, the value of theta in terms of degree is find out for the angle of twisting, and mt it is nothing but twisting moment, it will given in the problem, and L it is nothing but length of the shaft, G it will be depends upon the material of the shaft, it is nothing but modulus of rigidity, D it is nothing but shaft diameter, and in design of shaft it is necessary to find out the value of D, and find out the value of D it is nothing but design of shaft, and this formula is for the angle of twisting. Once again I will repeat the formula for angle of twisting. Theta it is in terms of degree is equals to 584 into mt into L divided by g into d raised to 4. Now after completion of this point, we will see the third design procedure for the hollow shaft. It will be based on the ASME code. Now in this ASME code there is some criteria to design the shaft. Now see here, according to ASME code, the permissible shear stress is 30% of yield strength in tension or 18% of ultimate strength. Now see here, it is nothing but permissible shear stress, it will be represent with the help of tau is equals to 30% of yield strength. It is nothing but sigma yt. Yield strength, it will be represented with the help of sigma yt, and or the permissible shear stress, it is 80% of ultimate strength, and sigma yt, it is nothing but ultimate strength. Now see here, in ASME code, the criteria is given for to find out the permissible shear stress. In first criteria, to find out the permissible shear stress, the permissible shear stress is 30% of yield strength, and it is in terms of tension. And in second criteria, the permissible shear stress, it is 18% of ultimate strength. Now see here, I will repeat it once again. The permissible shear stress, it is 30% of yield strength, or another one is here, the permissible shear stress is 18% of ultimate strength. If in problem the yield strength is given, at that time to find out the permissible shear stress, the permissible shear stress value is 30% of the yield strength. And same in problem, the ultimate strength is given, at that time we will find out the permissible shear stress. At that time the value of the permissible shear stress is 18% of the yield strength. Now see here, if both values are given in the problem, now see here what I tell you, the both values sigma yt or sigma ut is given in the problem, at that time which value we have to taken in the problem, at that time we will take in the problem from this both equation, both values are given in the problem. Now see here, sigma yt is also given in the problem. On sigma yt we will find out the permissible shear stress, and also the sigma ut is given in the problem. We will find out the value of permissible shear stress. At that time which value we have to given or use in the problem, in both values which is a minimum value, this value is taken in the problem. Now see here what I told you, both values are given in the problem. Now both value we have to calculate two permissible, it is nothing but two numbers of permissible shear stress, and from these both which is a minimum, this permissible shear stress is used in the problem. Now see here, we will find out the permissible shear stress from these both values or one values. On at that time the keyway is presented on the shaft. Now we will take on one shaft, and on this shaft the keyway is present. At that time the value of torsional shear stress, it will get changed. Now understand one thing, we will find out the permissible shear stress from this equation or shear stress from this equation, and at that time the keyway is presented on the shaft. At that time the torsional shear stress or the value of shear stress, it will be reduced by 25% above equation. Now it is a represent tau is equals to 25% into tau, and this tau it will calculated from these equations. This tau is calculated from this equation. Now then this ASME code or a design procedure, it is applicable for only maximum shear stress theory. This design procedure of ASME code, it is applicable for only shear stress theory, and the formula of shear stress theory, it is tau is equals to root of sigma b by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Now here After substitution of all values, the final formula is here. Tau is equals to 16 divided by pi d cube in bracket of root of kb mb bracket square plus kt mt bracket square. Now where kb, it is nothing but fatigue factor for bending, and kt, it is nothing but fatigue factor for twisting or torsion. Now in this lecture we will discuss on design procedure of solid shaft. It is based on the torsional rigidity and it is based on the ASME code. At the up to this point, the design procedure of solid shaft is over. In next part we will see the design procedure for hollow shaft. Thank you.